And finally, part 4, the last significant drive. Down 13-12. Peyton Manning's got 8 minutes and 52 seconds left. In what is probably his last year, he's got to retire, especially after my analysis here. And I'm sure you must have seen it out there, you viewers who've watched the game, who saw the game and see that Peyton Manning is not the Peyton Manning. He's at the level of, let's use Ryan Tannehill as an example. Middle of the pack type. He played middle of the pack. He didn't play bad. And I'll be able to encapsulate that all in 2 plays in a second. Let's watch them right now. Let's go with fourth quarter action. Here we go. 2nd and 12. They just got a run call back on a penalty. They just had a nice run, and it's 2nd and 12. Oh, should have been picked off. Should have been picked off. This is not a ball that Peyton Manning usually would throw. Come on. Down it in, he cuts in front. Oh my gosh. Luckily, Sanders knocked that away. Watch, you'll see Sanders reach in. See that? Good defensive play by the offensive receiver, by Sanders, to stop the interception. But a terrible throw by Peyton Manning. 3rd and 12. Just when you just saw a terrible throw, watch this, 3rd and 12. There you go. And he gets 31, so he follows it with a very good throw. That's what you got in this game. You got a mixture. You didn't get the great Peyton Manning, but you didn't get a bad Peyton. He wasn't terrible. I guess that level of Ryan Tannehill on this game. And like I said, bad aggressiveness at the end of the first half to try to go for the touchdown. We don't have a chance to go through every play for play selection. All right. But I would say, again, I'm going to point to a few good play selections and a few typical Peyton Manning things that come up that you didn't see this whole game, or else I would have played it for you. But again, I don't see the command that Peyton Manning has as being a leader in this. That you'll just have to take my word. I don't know if you agree with me. It didn't seem to me like he's the Peyton Manning of old as far as that either, besides the fact that a lot of the throws are off and errant. Here we go. 2nd and 7. I need, what do we need right now? We're supposed to be going to...
2nd and 7.
Ah, that's a typical, I wanted to show that. He finally got a guy to jump. He had not gotten one. They usually get a few. Usually Peyton gets a few. But he finally got on the Omaha. He got a guy to jump, a staple of Peyton Manning through his career to be able to get jump. And he got first one of the day. Number one. I think Sims says he usually gets a few of those. Okay.
Pretty good by the Steelers defense because Peyton Manning's usually, it seems like, good for 2 or 3.
Yeah, that pretty good by Pittsburgh. He's usually good for 2 or 3. Okay, we go to 154-30. So we're gonna they have a bunch of runs now. I'm not gonna show the runs, but the running game picks up here. Here, I'm showing you one of them. That's a nice 4. It should have been more than 4. Nice tackle there. But they went to the running game here, Denver, and got into the red zone. 154-30. Let's move it. Here we go. We have 2nd and 6. He's calling an audible. He called an audible. Omaha. Why do I show that play? There is a play where he audible. Smart Peyton Manning seeing that Sanders has room. It was a run play, says Sims. Look how far they're off.
Peyton Manning says, "The heck with the run."
Forget the run.
Let's throw the quick.
I can only point to that once where Sims was able to show, hey, he switched to a play that actually was much smarter. Usually you can do that many times in a game. Again, I'm not saying they weren't there many times, but it seems like few and far between of how many times Peyton Manning did that, where he audible to something where you could point to it and say, oh, wow, smart Peyton Manning showing himself. Breaking the run for 5. They're getting closer. They're in the red zone. 2 more runs, and the defense is getting tired. Let's get to the next one. Oh, Sims just was about to say that. Defense getting tired. Watch this one. Smart Peyton Manning. You see there's bigger holes now on the runs. These are smarter runs. Right up the gut. It's a first down, and it's going to be 1st and goal at the 2. Now, you don't want to settle for a field goal here. That's 4-19, 13-12. A field goal will make it 15-13. I love that score because of a famous championship game between the Giants and the 49ers in the 1990 season. But 13-12, we don't want to get the field goal. Denver's trying to get that touchdown, so he runs up the middle, but it's stopped. 3:42 second and goal. He's trying to make it look like he's changed into a pass, but I think he was running all the way, and it's a run. Not quite in. Not quite in. 3rd and goal. Big play of the game. Oh, where was... Oh, you see that? I went fast. 10 seconds. I went fast, but I think I have time between the play, but Peyton Manning did another smart thing he's done throughout his career. Here he goes. He's rushing to the line. It's a Tom Brady thing. It's a Peyton Manning thing. Rush, but it doesn't give him a chance to get set, and he was going to... and fights to the end zone and scores the touchdown. Let's see the replay of the fight to get into the end zone, because this is some good running. There was even a little bit of a questionable face mask on the play. But let's wait a minute. I'm moving now. Wait.
Going back to the first drive a year
Oh, you saw that little face mask there? He reaches for the end zone. He's in. Yeah, I really see it clear, the face mask. Right there. No, it was really the helmet. I think it was the top of the helmet. Questionable. But either way, he fought through that, got the touchdown. And you don't need any more to watch the game, because what happened was... oh, I'm sorry. You need one more thing. Oh, boy. I want to show Peyton Manning. Here, this is a nice call. 2-point conversion here makes it a 7-point game instead of 5. Right? You don't kick the extra point here. 6 doesn't do you much good. 7 will get you that now Pittsburgh would have to get an extra point. But he has to call his final timeout here before. And that is smart, because I don't see anything against that. You want to be able... They just showed Archie Manning reaction. He moved the running back. A quick throw to Thomas is in. That's a nice call. That's 2-point conversion. Now you don't have to watch anything more, because you've seen what I think I've been able to demonstrate by watching almost every throw of Peyton Manning this game, that he is missing something there. Now, just to tell you what happened at the end of the game, so you don't think you're missing anything, is that Ben goes for it on 4th and 5 on their next drive. Pitt-Denv is able to get a field goal out of that. So it's 10-point game. Pittsburgh comes all the way down, kick a field goal, try to get an onside kick, can't get it. Game over. 23-16. Denver advances. They advance, but with a quarterback that is not the Peyton Manning I thought. Therefore, I'm going to say it again. Denver is not the best team going into this championship game. New England is. If Peyton Manning, if I thought he was at the level that he was last year, I'm saying this again because people, Bucky Brooks, in an article on NFL.com, if you go on, says, what can Peyton Manning do to win this game against Pittsburgh? This was his pregame analysis. And he writes in the article, he hasn't been Pro Bowl caliber since 2013. That's wrong. Last year he was Pro Bowl caliber, 39 touchdowns, like I said, 3 400-yard games, a number of 300-yard games. It's at the end of the year. We got hurt, and we'll say it was injury. We're going to say diminished the last month. Very hard to say all of a sudden he diminished, especially diminished against an Indianapolis weak defense in the championship game at home. That had to be injury to a large degree. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But I ain't giving him the benefit of the doubt anymore. After watching this game, which he said he's the healthiest that he's been in a while, he puts up lots of good throws. There were a lot of drops that hurt him, sure. But as you saw, there were at least 4 bad throws. Number of things he did that's not Peyton Manning-like, not aggressive at the end of the first half. The caliber of, I'm not saying he played bad, we'll get him at the caliber of a Ryan Tannehill, and that's not good enough to beat New England. And New England is properly established as a 3-point favorite in Denver for this championship game next Sunday. That was a salt production. That was a 4-parter. That's the way you break it down. That's straightforward, by the way, because you're not hearing too much killing of Peyton Manning. That was straightforward. I'm being honest. I'm being frank. Straightforward analysis. Always the low tech, but we now have added the hoodie for playoff analysis. Football in the NFL.